this is Maggie, and welcome to another YouTube video. We're here. It's time. You read the title. You know what this is. We are finally touring sketchbook number 38. This one has been... Wow, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's... Oh my god. I have a feeling this one's gonna be really funny. I went through it like really quick just to like censor out anything I needed to censor out, but I don't remember what's in a lot of this sketchbook. Which is weird because like I finished the sketchbook before this one like 4 months ago, which means this sketchbook only took 4 months to fill. Again, mental unemployed activities, if you wanna, you know, guess. But I'm still really excited to tour it. I love the cover. I love everything about it. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay. First things first, of course, the cover. There's a lot to go through. As per usual, sticker credits. I think I know everyone these belong to. Not by memory, but I do know, you know, most of it because I usually have these things listed. I made this little telly myself. She's so cute and tiny and I love her. I'm pretty sure this isn't a sticker at all. This is an artist card, but it was too pretty, so it's going on the sketchbook. Yeah, you know, fuck it. I'll show the back when we get to the end of the sketchbook because there's also artist stickers in there, but you know, everything at its time. And before I forget, it's actually easier if I just do this. This little charm was also made by an artist, so credit on screen, and yeah, I think that is everything that, you know, we need to introduce the sketchbook. With this one, I was really going for like, I want to make myself happy, so I'm gonna do a sketchbook full of OCs and whatever I want. It worked, it really worked. A lot of my sketchbooks are just like my OCs or my friends' OCs, but I have been trying to change that with my new sketchbook. And it's been lots of fun, honestly. I've been enjoying it a lot. So yeah, introduction page. You've also seen me do all of this in a video, so we're gonna move on. This is the introduction page. I like to do a little meet the artist on each of my sketchbooks because I think it's just a fun way to introduce you to the artist, to me, haha. And so you get like an idea of what you're gonna see in the sketchbook in general. So there's like my age, my pronouns, what I like, my socials, and me when I could still walk around like this because it was hot and not cold. As you can see, I said this is mostly OCs. This is Telly. She's my Deltarune OC. She's a little kid's TV. And this is Tank. He's an OC from my friend Numa Numra. Hello. And I like to think that he's just this big guy who adopts this tiny shithead child. And he loves her very much. And they're very silly. And they make me like weak every time I look at them. Because like, look at him. He's our #1 fan. Also, a random Pokemon card I found on the floor. No idea if it's real or not, but it's here. And just a bunch of washi tape. This was at the end of August, so it was around Dipper and Mabel's birthday. Whenever the summer ends, I like to watch Take Back the Falls, the finale of the Gravity Falls series, because the series ends around that time as well, and it's their birthday, and I'm like, okay, it's a tradition. It's like watching Over the Garden Wall every autumn. This is my Over the Garden Wall every autumn. So there's just Dipper and Mabel and a bunch of Bill ciphers. I really like the background. It's just like wrapping paper from old gifts I got. More Tank. This was for an heyoo we were making of him. This was him as a human because I love giving them human designs. They are very silly. And the little human Telly design because she's so cute as well. Look at him. Oh my god. I accidentally skipped this page while drawing whatever is on the other page, so I just glued down a bunch of little cards I had. I got this around the time when I got a little Corpse Bride hoodie. It's really pretty. And this was when McDonald's had those Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Hello Kitty collab, crossover toys, whatever. And I got one, and it was really cute. Also Tank in a Corpse Bride dress because fuck you. I just like throwing him in heyooos, you know, I mean, if you have OCs and you don't have heyooos of them, like, what are you even doing? It's so silly. I just want to draw him. A lot of people are calling him Tenna, so I had to put, like, it's not Tenna, it's a friend's OC. I get it. It's the TV head. But it's your boy! I love him so much. Oh my god. I've said this before and I will say this again. Toby Fox can never compete with the OC lore my friends make. I'm sorry. This is Tana. It's a centipede Tana. I saw someone do this on Twitter. I don't think I can find it anymore because everyone is purging their Twitters right now. But I'm gonna try to find it. But if I don't, I'm sorry. Centipede Tana, I took my own spin on it. I gave him like a big centipede tail, but all the segments are like TVs. Like way before chapter 3 came out, I had an idea that Tana was gonna be bug-shaped or like bug-themed because we just didn't know how he looked at the time. So, you know, I'm taking credit for this. I figured out before anyone else that Tana was gonna be a bug, so ha! This was for like a superhero AU with the human AU. See, this kind of just becomes like AU-ception after a while if you're having fun enough and if you're letting yourself be cringe like I am. Human guys, they're superheroes, they have powers. Tank accidentally scared Telly because he started growing plant arms. It was really weird. Gary was in here. He's like this smoke consciousness. You can think of it of like that one guy from Hellboy. That was like the inspiration from it. I just wanted to draw him very shaped because I love this silhouette and I want to use it more often, and I think it fits Gary very well. More Tank, and this is a grown-up version of Telly. I'm pretty sure I've doodled her before in other sketchbooks, but it's here in all her glory. This is for a next-gen AU that I'm working on, just because, you know, it's funny since I make so many kid characters for Deltarune. She kind of grows up to like follow in Tenna's steps. She's like a show host, but she's more into like reality TV and the stuff you would see airing on like MTV. Also, RIP MTV, what the fuck. Yeah, so she would be like more into that. There was like a whole joke that like she couldn't speak when she was a kid, so now she can speak, but she can't speak in the language that you have your game set to. If you have your game set to English, she's going to speak in Japanese and vice versa. I think it would be a funny way to like have her talk but not have her make sense at all, so it kind of keeps that thread going for the character. I love them very much. They're so silly. She grows up to be a big girl, bigger than Tank, and he's going through it about it. Ah, fuck, you're out of center. Also, I was lied to. My neighbors are still renovating their house. I'm gonna try to cut off as many noises as I can, but if one makes it through, I'm so sorry. This was when I got my Woomer color pencils. I was trying them out before I made the video because I wasn't sure if I still knew how to work with color pencils, like properly work with them. And this was like my first attempt, and I didn't like how it looked because it was very smudged in a way, and I didn't like how I rendered everything. That changed once I actually started following my normal art style. I like them now. I like color pencils. I'm trying to use them more often. So this is like Telly before she got her screen broken. She was a baby, and I realized Tank has never seen her like that, so I needed to draw that at the time, and it's really cute. But also, he needs to figure out how she got the way she did. He hasn't yet, but I'm thinking about it. More stuff with the superhero AU, just a bunch of doodles, gay, homosexual, gay. We're moving on. Actually, Tana, look, guys, it's Tana, yay! Sometimes I feel kind of bad that I advertise myself as like a Deltarune YouTuber, kinda. And then I only draw C's and you guys never get to see your Blorbos. Anyways, here's the Blorbo. He's really cute. I just wanted to draw him because I have these really cheap pens that I use sometimes to color stuff when I don't want to have to deal with the bleed through of alcohol markers. And I love them. They look so pretty. Look at him. He's a cowboy. That's so silly. And then I also drew Telly with outfits for like all the mini games you get in chapter 3, like the cowboy one, the food serving one, and the Lightner's Live one. He looks so silly. I like all of these, but I think I could do better with the Lightner's Live one. I love the cowboy one. She's so cute. This is just Friends of C's Bonanza. This is Tank from Numenumbra, Schmuck from Dr. Angel, and Censor from Viral and Void. They have like a bunch of ads on screen, whatever, but they're all like my best friends within the fandom. So I just needed to draw their little guys with Giga Gary, because look, one of your friends can turn into a giant kaiju monster. I think you should get shoulder rides. I think you are entitled to get shoulder rides. You know, you can do whatever you want. You can even kiss him if you feel like it. I wasn't feeling great that day, so I was like, you know what? My friends OCs can interact if I fucking say so. And yeah, that's it. Oh, this was when I was going to Madrid. I went to Japan weekend last year and it was so much fun. I bought a lot of stuff, but while I was there, I did bring a limited amount of supplies, so I was kind of limited to like 3 pens and 1 shitty pencil that I had remembered to bring by some miracle. But I mostly doodled in ballpoint pens. Listen, ballpoint pens, they're the shit. They're so good. I added all the washi tape and stickers once I got home, but alas, there's some Tank and Gary. This was from an heyoo where Gary gets turned into a werewire. Again, Deltarune stuff. If you don't know Deltarune, this is so boring. I'm so sorry. Tank and Telly. And these two are characters that I made as adoptables. Like, people could buy these, but then I got like weirdly attached to them, and now they are not adoptables. I'm thinking about moving them to the next gen heyoo alongside grown-up Telly. But this is Thatcher. He is a TV from like a 90s futuristic movie. Like, I wanted to like kind of channel Akira vibes with like the type of technology that he's made of. Obviously it works better if you have him in color, but trust me, bro. And this is, I think his name was Titan, but I'm gonna change it eventually. He's just like big dad that sits in front of the TV watching all the infomercials. I also need to, I'm gonna throw their designs on screen because like they are done, because they were made as adoptable, so their designs are done. There's another one that's gonna come up later because they're like a trio with another TV guy, and then like grown-up Telly kind of bosses them around because I love them. But yeah, moving on. I was still in Madrid around this time. Grown-up Telly, she's gonna explain it to you like you're stupid. She was supposed to be like crouching down, but it doesn't really look like it. But there was an attempt. This was me really tired after the convention. I was all sweaty and it was gross. More grown-up Telly and Tank. She's bigger than her dad, so she picks him up because he likes to feel tall. And Gary and Steve as Aziraphale and Crowley from Good Omens. I know the bullshit around that, okay? Don't do this to me. But this was around the time where like we got more news about the series. I don't know if it was that season 3 was happening or something. So I just, I used to draw them as the Good Omens guys, so I just doodled it again. This is Tank and Telly. If they went to a convention, they would be Peach and Bowser because God damn it, they're so silly. I love them. Look at him. He's so happy to be here. And then this is Telly and Becky. Becky is Telly's like assigned Lightner, the same way that Queen is Noelle's Darkner and Tenna is Chris's Darkner. Lil Telly is Becky's Darkner. I've explained some of their lore in previous videos, but I gotta re-explain everything in case you're watching this for the first time. These were little angsty doodles because we do angst with EOCs. Something happens to Telly. Why is she full of flowers? I don't know. I don't want to talk about it. Just a bunch of doodles. This was our tickets for Japan weekend. Actually, I can't open this. I think I just doxed someone. Regardless, these were our tickets. The QR code doesn't work anymore, so what gives. These were our tickets to go to Madrid and back. They're here somewhere. They're also, expired, so whatever. This is mine and Numa's Sona's. We were talking about how we like to put Tank and Gary in like a little enclosure, like they're bugs, and seeing them react and like bounce off of each other. So we were like, so what do we do now? We haven't tried killing Gary mid-game yet. Pog, let's do that. Because we tend to just default to angst. It happens, if both people are into it, who cares? This is the same guy as this one, but this one's easier to see, so I'm gonna point here. This was a Gary and Tank fusion because I like to do those as well. They're very good like character design exercises, and I think they were really silly and I wanted to draw them again. This is Tank and Ben because Ben's like, you've been fucking my dad, but it's just like a stupid thought. I was crashing out, and then I was healing. Also, the sketchbook is dying. Tank and Telly, being sweet, being dad material. Look at him, he's so very... My god, they're so sweet, they're so cute. They heal my inner everything. Because it's all broken. Okay, this is the other TV guy that was alongside Thatcher and Titan. This is Tyler. I gave him the most surfer bro name ever because he is a lifeguard. He is supposed to be like a TV that stands in like the little lifeguard tower watch thingies. So he's really silly, he's really cute. He can't go in the water even though he's a... Oh my god, I just forgot. I just said the name, I just forgot it. Oh my god. The guys who run into the water to save you, yeah, he can't go in the water, which is a little stupid. But he's got the love for the job, so he's allowed to to be here. And then just a random tank, because I needed to fill in space. If you can't tell, I get like stupidly obsessed with my friends OCs, and that's gonna be like an issue, probably forever, or at least as long as I am in fandom spaces, you know, so, you know, get used to it, please. Oh, this was a day when I went out with friends. It was really fun. I got these washi tapes, and they are really cute, and I drew my version of Human Tenna, because he's a big boy, and I love him. I say I love him so much, but then, you know, I never draw him, and I think that's kind of shitty of me. I think this was like a card for like, not a bingo, god damn it. Not a bingo, not a raffle. The secret third option, I will remember the name eventually. We didn't get it. I mean, we got it, but once we got there, they were all sold out, which was, you know, something. And more Human Tenna and Gary, and they are so silly. What's wrong with them? This was around the time when I made the little arrtx video for Halloween, or around Halloween. It was like this spooky little ghost jar that I used to keep my gummies. I still have it, by the way. She's here. So I was just planning out her design and what I wanted to do with her, colors-wise. This was actually a lot of fun to plan, because I knew the colors that I was using to, you know, color her here would be the exact same colors that I would use to color the actual thing. So I think it was really fun to do that as like concept art, I guess. She turned out really cute, and I liked making this video. These are more doodles of Titan, because I say I really like his design, but then I never, you know, draw him. I gotta change that. I really liked how he looked in the other doodle with just a ballpoint pen, so I tried to channel that again, but with more colors. I then went in with some color pencils, and I did this thing that I'm going to talk about more in depth in other videos, but like with a ballpoint pen, you just crosshatch everything, and then with like an alcohol marker, you go over it, so the ballpoint ink starts to bleed and fill in spaces better. It's so much fun to do this. I will probably explain it in like a later video, because I think it would be a cool thing to talk about. A bit of an empty page, but we ball. More Human Tenna and Human Telly. She's very curious about his microphone. And I think this was Human Tenna and Human Tank because, you know, fuck it, we ball. And this was a little schmuck with his beans out, with a little wagging tail. He's so cute, look at him. I want to squish him. Editing Maggie, put the Deltarune explosion here, please. Thank you. These were kind of old doodles that I had lying around, and I decided, you know, I need to fill a spread, so we ball. This is like, these were like the first doodles of Telly meeting the fun gang, like Susie and Ralsei and Chris. And I think I think Susie would really like her because she gives off the weird kid vibe that Lancer also gives, but while Lancer is like really loud and crazy and all over the place, Telly is more like quiet, obviously, but concise. But she's still a little shit, and she loves playing pranks on people. So I think she would still like her a lot. Ralsei knows something is up because she's not supposed to be here, and Chris is just wondering, when did we ever get a bedroom TV? I don't remember this being in my home. What the hell? This was for an actor AU. I love actor AUs. They're so silly. The concept for like an actor AU, if you don't know, is that all of your characters and your plot lines are like plot lines in a movie, and your OCs are acted by, well, actors. So, for example, you have here like, oh, Gabriel Sergeira as Gary. This is an actor who would play Gary. It's just like stupid shit like that. I love it. And then this was like the little girl who would play Telly, and her name was Aisha. I did these. These are so silly. These are like Instagram posts where like Tank would be announcing that he would be playing Tank. It's so like stupid. If you really like to watch like behind the scenes stuff of like your favorite movies and series, you know the vibes that I'm trying to go for here. And then more Tank. Numa mentioned that he has a hard time putting shirts on because his arms are so massive. So I was like, okay, but what if I devised clothes that could fit him? And by me, I mean Gary. Gary's like very fashion oriented. He would eventually come up with something that Tank can wear. There was this concept that like, instead of being like something that you have to put your sleeves into, it would just open and close around the torso, so like you have like straps that go over the shoulders and snap over his chest, so no sleeves needed. It was just like a really silly idea, but it was also like pretty good for world building because like you do need to think about how you would put on clothes, or at least I think about how he puts on clothes. Anyways, moving on. I was really sad that the glue kind of ruined this, but this was Steve eating some sushi. I have like a better picture of this. I'm gonna put it on screen. It looked so cute, and then I wanted to like seal it with some glue because I drew this on top of like a sushi place pamphlet, and I knew the paint was going to crack. So I was like, okay, I have this glue that I use as like a sealant, so I'm gonna do it. But no, it made all the ballpoint pen line art bleed onto his face, and I hate it. And then it started gluing onto the other. Bro, it was hard. It was painful. I suffered a lot. I want to redo this because I think it would be really cute. These were doodles by Numa. We just decided to put Tank in a sock because it was silly. Kinda gonna skip this page because I gotta do a whole ass IKEA spread. Lamau bye. Oh, okay. This was around the time I went to IKEA. I was renovating my room, so I bought a lot of stuff. Around this time, I bought my new desk and extra drawers for my bedroom. I also made a vlog about this. You can see how old this sketchbook is, or at least how much happened in like 4 months. It was just so much fun. I brought a bunch of paper stuff and whatever, and I just drew Tank because I love drawing Tank. I'm starting to default to drawing Tank instead of drawing my own characters, but I mean, like, look at him. He's your baby. Mwah. I could just stay mad at that face. I also gave this page like a piercing. While we were putting together furniture, me and my mom, I bought us 2 monster cans, and I wanted to keep the little tabs here somehow, but I didn't want to go through the trouble of cutting the cans themselves. So I just got a hole puncher. I punched a little hole into the page. I got these little loop ring thingies, and then I just put the 2 tabs in here, and bam, page piercing. This was mostly just to get rid of this yellow paper in the background. This was the packaging for a croissant I got around that time. For some reason, yeah, croissant. Okay. And this was a stupid idea for Tank and Gary fan kid because, like, listen. It's OCs. I can fuse them. I can make them fan kits. I can do whatever I want as long as the other person is okay with that. But like, we were having fun. Will I ever touch this guy again? I haven't touched him since then. So, you know, we will see how it goes. But it was, again, a really funny character design. He was really based off of that one concept art of kind of like stretching his face out of the TV. That like everyone just took that as canon and started drawing him like a little freak of nature, and I'm so happy we all did that as a society. Regardless, banger design. I need to use it again. I think if the only thing I would change were maybe like the dégradé pants. I'm not sure about these. More Telly and Becky. One of the big things about Telly is that she's like super obsessed with finding Becky because she is her assigned darkener. So I think when she turns into an adult, she has more like power and agency to go look for Becky, and she gets like really obsessed about it. And it's just so sad because like I think you can still see that she's obviously still kind of themed after magical girls, like not the suit so much, but like especially the hair. It was very much to channel like the Sailor Moon buns. It's just so sad to see her like grow up but still be so attached to that and just not knowing that her friend is probably dead. I think I drew this like on top of pizza receipts and whatever I glued here for the background. I have no idea. But also Coca-Cola. This was the swatching page I made for the Woomer color pencils. This was also a video. I'm sorry that I keep getting the sketchbook off frame. I'm gonna try to be more careful about it. But yeah, this was just me swatching all the color pencils, and it was really stressful. This is not the color pencils, which is really weird because it's like right next to the swatching page, but no. These were like very old crayons that I found at the bottom of my desk while I was, you know, cleaning stuff out to put it into the new desk. And I just wanted to paint with them because I think I miss crayons. We ball, and I did this, and I think it looks really cute. I've been using crayons more often now because of this. It looks so cute. I'm in love. And this is the illustration I made for the Woomer video. I drew Becky and Telly because I'm obsessed with them. At least I was more around this time, but like, look at them! They're so cute. Okay, so I just drew them, rendered them all pretty. Again, this is very much more in style of like how I'm used to rendering stuff. There's like big, chunky line art and funny color theory here. Like highlighting pink with like this neon yellow was like, mwah, chef's kiss. That's my shit. It looks so pretty. I love this illustration so much. I wish my sketchbooks sometimes weren't that chunky so I could, you know, scan these and like use them as prints or something. I can still do it the hard way, just take a picture and like Photoshop the fuck out of it. It's looks really pretty. I'm obsessed. And here I used the same glue that I used on the other page because there wasn't any ballpoint pens here. So everything is like sealed and really shiny and smooth and nothing bled. So I'm happy about it. Just stickers and washi tape and everything. These are all like little, not villagers, but like NPCs that would be in their dark world. So I need to also work on that. More Tank because oh my god, he's so pretty. Let me draw the boy. I found this little like shirt thingy on Pinterest and I was like, haha, it's fruit, so it's a tank shirt, whatever, because you know he's a vegetable. Oh my god. So I drew him in that and then I was like, you know what, fuck it, I can find other things to draw him in, and I did, and he's very stylish. Moving on. Oh, I went to a cafe with friends this day and we just had like waffles and bubble tea. We sat and we drank and we drew for hours and it was really, really fun. So I was just drawing kind of with whatever I had in my pencil case. So I drew my Bendy and the Ink Machine OCs. This is Daisy, this is Flex, and this guy here is Beast. These are like very, very old. These guys were made when like chapter 1 came out, and I don't mean like Bendy and the Dark Revival. I mean like Bendy and the Ink Machine, like 2017. I was there. They are here and they are really cute. There's nothing like really special about this page. I like it a lot. It's really cute, but it's missing pizzazz. Regardless, I love them. Moving on. This is Kinder. He is another Deltarune OC, and this is Paige. She is his lightener. I don't know why, but I did find that I like to make characters that are like darkeners that lose their lighteners, and then they're kind of just drifting in life without a purpose. And Kinder is one of them, and since he got a redesign pretty recently, I wanted to draw him with his lightener Paige and just do a big collage of stuff to like kind of match their vibes, and I think it came out really cute. There's like a bunch of like washi tape and little stars and acrylic markers, and I had these like really cute stickers with like art materials because she is like an art student. It just turned out so cute. It's such like a full heavy page. I just love how it looks. This was an idea I got out of Pinterest. Literally just fill a whole page with like this silver aluminum paper. Yeah, aluminum paper. And that was pretty much it. These things, they kind of look like those like two bandages on top of each other. They were like really popular in pastel goth fashion back in the day. They're just like little cupcake holders. We got these from a party we went to. And I was like, you know what? You guys are really cute. I'm gonna put you here. And that's pretty much it. Sometimes I like to make pages that are just like, you know, kind of sensory. That's kind of the same thing for this one. We joked that I was always forgetting to do Mermaid, that event you do during May where you only draw sea stuff. And we were like, oh, if Tank was there, he would be like those shrimp that can punch really, really hard because he's a big boy. In a fit of inspiration, I drew that and he looks really silly. And we're moving on. The rest is kind of just stuff I had lying around at the time that I needed to get rid of. Some fruit stickers for like a papaya or something. This was like a little protection seal from my coffee that I like to take. This was some leftover aluminum paper. This is like a tuft of fur from my dog. He was shedding a lot and I found this full tuft of hair on his bed and I was like, you know what, bet. I sealed it in a little plastic bag and now it's here forever. This page is like nothing. Jesus Christ. This was around the time when I made my Gary plushie. I was really, really busy sewing him for like 9 days straight. It was insane. So I wasn't really focusing on drawing a lot. You have like this one doodle I made of him where like someone poked his bubble tea, but the bubble tea is like Tide Pods and they took the straw. So he had to like drink it weird. Literally just what the fuck. I also wrote something here. Been working on this plushie for like a week. I have no idea what it says here. I haven't touched my sketchbook since then. Still kind of proud of myself for locking in on this so hard. Lamau. Yeah, I was just busy making the Gary plushie. Again, there's like a whole video on that. I should like take notes on when I need to put like cards and stuff like that because I'm gonna try to remember this. This was like the sketch of the plushie, the skeleton inside. I was like checking little boxes around the character's parts that I had done by then. Obviously, I wasn't updating it all the time, but you know it happened. There's like a list of materials down here for felt and the foam that I needed to buy to make him. A bunch of stuff that I bought. And yeah. I remember making this page while I took a break from sewing because my hands were hurting. More Tank and Telly. Listen, he's a big guy, but he also has really big feelings. likes. He doesn't get jealous, but like he's really sad that Telly could find her other half and leave him. Maybe. That's my headcanon. I'm making headcanons on my friends OCs. Shut up. So I like to think that he gets a bit of awakening call about that, but it's okay. He's okay. You know, he has 2 hands. He can adopt 2 kids. You know, strong single dad. This was around the time I watched Magnetic Rose from The Little Memories. It's not a series, it's like a group of 3 movies. I guess it's like a little compilation of movies, whatever. It's really, really good. It's about these space trash men that find this entire like palace built inside a trash planet, and they realize it's like a grave for a lady who died. It's a whole story. It has like very big Akira vibes as well, because it's like the hand-drawn cell animation from that time. So it's really, really pretty. I loved it, and I needed to draw, of course, Tank and Gary as one of the trash men and the opera singer that was buried in that planet. Again, this is something I'm trying to fix, because like, listen, I love plunging my OCs into the weirdest fandoms and scenarios ever, but I would like to start like making actual fan art for things I like. So I'm working on this on my new sketchbook. But for now you have opera singer Gary, which I think is a net positive. Like, oh my god. And you have little Telly, because one of the trash men has a daughter in the movie, and I'm not gonna tell you what happens to her, but you know, Telly is here. Look at how cute she is. Another trash page. This was me taking notes on stuff I wanted to talk about during the making the Gary plushie video. So you have like a lot of the steps that I was taking, like sketching the design, buying the materials, sewing everything, stuffing everything, making the skeleton, bunch of stuff. I like to keep these papers because I think they're pretty good. And then just Tank. I love drawing him. I keep bombarding my friends with fan art of their characters, which I think is a net positive. I mean, you get fan art of your characters, I get to draw your character. You know, it's a win-win situation. Oh, these were like, I really wished I could learn how to do like those really aesthetic doodling backgrounds, I guess. Like, for example, I really like stuff like cyber sigilism, but I could never find out how to like organically do it. It always felt very forced when I tried to do it. I found all of these on Pinterest. I tried to find as many as I could to like credit back to, because a lot of them were just like TikToks re-uploaded to Pinterest, but you know, it's here. Go find them. And it was really fun to do these. I particularly like these 2. You're gonna see this one later on. I made a whole spread with it. After finishing the Gary plushie, I jumped straight into making a giant Tenna head for Halloween. And this was some leftover paint that I had from painting the head, so I just put it down on my sketchbook because fuck paint wasting. And then I just drew a big tank and a broken Telly. More angst AUs, they happen. Moving on. These were all the little sigilism thingies that I did. I was really proud of myself at the time, and I still think they look good. It's fine. These are something that I really, really like to do, that I should do more often. They're like little pull thingies that have sketches inside. So these are like pamphlets from my medication that I can just fold up and down and just draw on them. And I think it's really silly because it's a new paper. It already has a bunch of texture from the text in there. It folds by itself. It's really cool. I was really vibing with these designs at that time. So you have Thatcher and Titan. I still need a new name for you. I want them all to like start with the letter T, because I think that's silly. And then here you have Big Telly. That's her grown-up name. As a baby she was Little Telly, but now she's Big Telly. And Tyler. Look at them. You're so silly. Now just give me like half an hour so I can fold these back in. Actually, no, that went pretty well. Moving on. This was for another video I made. I kind of just wanted to do like a spread, and I'm pretty sure I filmed this. It's a video on the channel, but my power went out as I was making this, so I had to like wait for a while to finish it. It's a memory, sure. I think it looks fine now. It's nothing amazing. There's Human Tank in like an outfit I found on Pinterest. Absalom! Oh my god, girly pop Absalom. And another outfit I found on Pinterest. These guys' Pinterests are just like clothes I want to draw them in, and some aesthetic pictures in the middle. I love them. They're so silly. They look so pretty. Handsome. Mwah. These were some doodles I made around or after Halloween. Just a little mangle because the FNAF 2 movie was coming up and I was really excited about it. So I wanted to draw a mangle. Again, make actual fan art of the stuff you like. This is like Steve and Gary in a Howl's Moving Castle heyoo or whatever. It was fine. I used to do this a lot back in the day, but I kind of got tired of it. And this was me in my Tenna cosplay. I looked really silly. And then just like a bunch of candy wrappers that I had that I could just fill in the page here with. Trash page, more tank because god fucking damn it. A bunch of tellies because I like them. There's a Sonic telly, there's the original telly, there's a flower telly, there's a human telly, there's a younger telly. Bro thinks a group of tellies should be called a garden, and you know, you can have that opinion. Oh my god, okay. I was going hard on this. I don't know if we watched a Dragon Ball movie around that time or we were just talking about it. Me and Uma agreed that Tank would be, bro, I'm a fake fan. Tank would be one of these and Telly would be a little human who would be super interested in him because big green boy. Yeah, that is everything in this page. I think I just needed to like get rid of more black paint, so I painted everything here and then I kind of had no plan of what I was doing later. I also had a white monster that day, apparently. More Tank and Telly, because god damn it, they're so cute. It's just look at them. He's just a puppy. What's your pussy? And this was around my birthday, I think, because there's this convention that always like falls around my birthday. So me and my friends go to this convention like anyways. We like to go there anyways, but it's kind of like my birthday party. So we went there, we had pizza. These are like a bunch of like artist cards that I got from there. Just a bunch of stuff. There's more artist cards inside here. These were some doodles I let one of my friends make while we were waiting to see a cosplay competition. And this is a little card that I got from another friend of mine who is really into Persona right now. In case you're wondering what I got. Yeah, and this was like a proper little spread for my birthday. This was all stickers and packaging from the convention and that I got for my birthday. So there's like a bunch of stickers and freebies and this stuff like that. It was fine. I really like celebrating with my friends now, my birthdays. It feels really freeing, honestly, but I still think about it sometimes. More trash pages. Whenever I do this, it's usually because I'm running out of steam for something and I'm just buying stuff. I have these really cute Betty Boop vintage keychains that I found at a store, so I got the packaging and I cut it up and I glue it here. More candies from Halloween. This was from a gift that a friend got me. It was a bunch of stuff from Castlevania because I really love Castlevania, but it's really hard to find stuff of it here. So they ordered this for me with like a bunch of stickers and a keychain. It was just so much fun. Another Gary, just a ballpoint pen with some sticky notes and some paper. I don't know where this is from. And then just a little pineapple that has fallen off this page like 3 times. I've been gluing it with hot glue. Girl, don't fall off. I did this page on stream in my Discord server. It was really fun because I just wanted to make a big page after not doing much of anything. And I think it's a little messy, but I think it came out fine. I was still trying to go strong with like Halloween vibes. So I drew Gary and Steve as Jack Skellington and Boogeyman because I said I wanted to do that from my previous sketchbook. So I finally did it. And then I drew Tenna as like this weird Frankenstein monster because look at him. He's so silly. He's so big silly. And obligatory, you're taking too long. Another trash page. Again, we were struggling. These were like little doodles I made on a notebook. Lost a notebook, found a notebook again, and so I couldn't lose them again. I just cut them out and I put them here. They're so silly. Look at this. It's Tank, but he's in a little sock. My god. And then we tried to put Gary in a sock as well, but he's too big, so we put him in a little palanche, however you say that. These were like little doodle requests from the stream. I drew Kazuichi Sora from Danganronpa. I feel like I know this guy, but I don't. A friend of mine was like really obsessed with him back in the day, and like they info dumped about him a lot and drew him a lot, so I know him, but I don't vibe with it. I don't know. It was really bizarre. And then there's just a Susie saying, I would not fucking say that. I need to like properly design what I think these guys would look like in my heyoo. I need to do that. More trash pages. I was really running out of steam around this time, so just tank the bunch of fruit stickers because vegetable or fruit is fruity. Chocolate wrapping, there's like Ferrero Rocher and off-brand. Halloween stuff, ice creams. These were like from a little notebook that I wanted to throw away to save space in my desk. These were all like doodles I made when I was still really into bending an ink machine. So just staple them all together and put them here like a little sign. It was fun. This was when I won a giveaway from Feminista and XP Pen. It was really fun. I wasn't used to winning anything in my life. So I got sent this drawing tablet for my computer and it was so much fun. I love it. I love using it. So I peeled off the protective layer from the tablet when I started using it and I glue it down on my sketchbook and I filled in all the little holes where the buttons would be in black, and then I started like writing what buttons I would like to program into the tablet. They have changed by now, but this is still like decently accurate. Again, kind of an empty spread. I was running out of steam. This was a tank in Schmuck Fusion. I'm fusing my friend's OCs. You cannot stop me. The design is so silly. I'm so obsessed. And then just like doodles of them again. A friend of mine told me to watch a playthrough of Azura's Wrath. I think it was like a game for the PS4 or something. It was really fun. It was so silly. It gave me like Dragon Ball power leveling shit. It was so silly and grandiose and I had a blast. It was amazing. So I drew Tank Azura because because for obvious reasons, if you've played the game. This was like a leftover sticker sheet that I had. It was like the leftover borders of the stickers, so I glue it down and then I painted over some stuff and I drew inside the little holes where the stickers were. This is something I really like to do. It's good for upcycling and reducing waste, but also like I needed to fill a page on the sketchbook and I was struggling. I remember being really proud of this page because I felt, oh, I'm coming back. I'm managing to fill pages again. It's fine. I like it. I think it's really silly. I made this around the time where my A Week in My Life video came out. So I remember drawing these while I was waiting for a friend so we could go out. This was stuff I found when we were going out as well. This was like leftovers from a Pepsi bottle that they were drinking. I bought a little Labubu that I customized. I was still really into Telly and Becky lore, and I remember I was associating this one, God forgive me, Melanie Martinez song called Death. It really fit them, I think, and I was just like obsessed writing down the lyrics and how it would work with them, and that's pretty much it. I finished a little sticker sheet, so I took the back cardboard of it and glued it here. More Gary and Tank. I think Tank would be really obsessed with Gary's hair because he doesn't have hair, but also look at all that fluffy hair. Bro doesn't do anything with it. What the fuck? This was another convention I went to, so a bunch of artist cards, stuff I got from artists I really like. Bro, I bought so much stuff around this time. It was so funny. This was a commission I got from heyoo. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that again. Links on screen. And they were like, oh, I usually draw on this paper that I have here. And I was like, oh, if I give you my sketchbook for the convention, would you draw the commission in there? And they were like, yeah, absolutely. And I gave them, and they drew Gary and Steve, and it was so cute. Live, laugh, love, old man yaoi. Oh my god, I'm obsessed. They look so silly and cute. Look at them. Mwah. Still kind of running out of steam. I was just gluing down a lot of stuff. Little Gary and Tank, because of course we ship them. I'm gonna ship every OC that comes my way. Bunch of Reese's Puffs packaging that I tried to put around in here. There's the back of a tenna, but only the back for some reason. This was the packaging of an artist that was at the convention, and I thought it was really funny because they had this like thank you stamp with a bee on one of their packaging, and I was like, I could paint that bee, and I painted the bee. And hey, if the person who made this sees this, hello, I painted your bee. It was so silly. I love doing this. Really running out of steam. I was getting like really anxious around this time because again, got my wisdom teeth removed. But I was just like really sketching stuff and taking notes on my paper because I just couldn't be bothered. This was for like a little pixel art telly that I wanted to put up on my wall because I realized I can just draw stuff and put it up on my wall. I used to do that when I was like 12. I don't know why I ever stopped doing that. So I made this telly sprite in like like math paper. I painted it and I put it on my wall, and then I decided, bet I could make something like 5 times bigger, and then I made a tank. And now he is up on the wall as well, and he's all wrinkly because it's really cold and humid here, but you know, fuck it. I made this for an arrtx video. They sent me a bunch of their alcohol markers, which they are here. I use them a lot, they're pretty good. So I drew Gary and I made this whole spread with him because it was around his birthday as well, and it was really fun. Again, I made it like, I don't usually talk a lot about spreads that I made videos for because again, there's already a video out there for it, so I think it's a little redundant. This was when I went out to see the FNAF 2 movie. I don't care, I love that movie. It was really, really silly. It's been out for like long enough, so I'm gonna say some spoilers. I blinked around the time Shadow Bonnie appeared and I didn't see it, and I couldn't tell if the rest of the people that I was with were like gaslighting me or if I was legitimately going insane. It was really funny. It did appear, by the way. Tickets, and I ate ramen that day as well. FNAF 2 movie was so pog, silly for the fans. I don't care, it's so silly. I love it so much. Yeah, I didn't take it that seriously, but it was fun. I liked it a lot still. And then there's like Sour Patch Kids, watermelon wrapping in the back because you know. Also, there's like a whole pin here. This is like an entire pin. I was going to throw this out or paint over it, but then I was like, it's Toy Chica. Toy Chica is like pretty big in the movie, so you know, fuck it, you're going on the spread. Okay, this was around the time that I started like picking up my sketchbook again, and I started going ham on it. This is like a little pamphlet I got with like post-surgery stuff you need to take care of, like your teeth, what you should eat or not eat, and whatever. And then this is an updated version of an adult Ben because he is also part of the next gen heyoo. And I wanted to do like a big fruitiger heyoo spread with him because that's what he's based off of, and I think it came out really cute. I like it a lot. Okay, this was when I started picking up my sketchbook again. I had been like really obsessed with Minecraft. A friend of mine bought me the game and it was really, really cool. I had a blast and I got really obsessed with Endermen because they are so silly. I remember liking these when I was younger, and I am back after not playing Minecraft for like almost 10 years. So many things have changed. What the hell? So I drew a bunch of Endermen. They're gonna appear more later on, but you know, Enderman. It's not graphic, it's a drawing. This was the tooth they pulled out of my mouth. It was a tooth of evil because it was so big, it was pushing all my other teeth, and they had to saw off the tooth so that they could like pull it out. So I just have the roots of the tooth somewhere in my room. Tooth of evil. I drew a little Telly as a creeper because of course she's a creeper. And then I drew Tank as an iron golem with a watermelon on his head, and Gary as an enderman, and they are in love and I can do whatever I want, so shoot. A bunch of little piece of collage down here that I really liked for some reason. I did all the Christmas shopping in one day. I was mental back then, but you know, we ball, it worked. Another trash page. This is all stuff I wanted to get rid of that was just like laying around on my desk. A friend of mine got the exact same Corpse Bride sweater, so they gave me the little pamphlet thingy. I drew the little Jack Skellington here because Nightmare Before Christmas is both a Halloween and a Christmas movie. You can fight me on that. And I made this little felt Jack when I was like 9. And he has survived everything, so I put him on my sketchbook. Okay, we're back. We're so back. Enderman page. I want to do this again on my new sketchbook with like better collaging, but like, bro, Enderman page, they are so silly. I'm so in love. They are so what the fuck. Hasn't seen an Enderman since 2015. I didn't watch the Minecraft movie, but I went kind of looking like, oh, there was a Minecraft movie. I remember now. Are they there? I don't think they are. I don't think they showed Enderman in the Minecraft movie. I hope they appear in the second movie. If they appear in the second movie, I'll go watch the second movie, okay? Mojang. Does Mojang still own Minecraft? I don't know, man. Put an Enderman there and my life is yours. More tank doodles. I had these 3 on a different page, so I just wanted to cut them out and glue them here because I really like how they look. Bro is needy. And then I just drew a bunch of other tanks surrounding the page. Man, I love my family and friends. I sure hope nothing cosmically horrible happens to them. Heart emoji. Oh, you sweet simmer child. A baby. It's so silly. It's so stupid. Oh my god. Oh, this is a really fun one. I painted this whole like star background on stream, and then I wanted to do something with it, but I didn't want to glue anything on top of it because I really like how it looked already. So what I did was I got some thread, I cut out a little version of me, and the sketchbook is like laying down, but I'm going to put up a video of how it usually works. She can just swing around in there. That's so stupid. but I love it. I need to make more gimmick pages because they are so fucking funny. Another trash page with stuff I wanted to get rid of. I remembered I had free will and I could draw Becky as like an anime girl, so I did that, and it's really aesthetic for some reason. I'm gonna do more of this later on. And then just another doodle of tank that I had lying around, and I wanted to glue it down here, and then more of them. Just kind of empty trash page, but I had been going strong, so I kind of let myself do it. This is when I got the color pencils from arrtx. This was the little illustration I made for that video. It was really fun. This is like a different page that I glued onto the sketchbook, so it sticks out a lot, but it's fun. I like doing this. It was really, really fun. All the swatching. This was fun. This was like the back part is like the wrapping of a ramen packaging, I think. So I just slapped it onto the sketchbook and I'm like, I'm gonna think about what to draw on top of this later. And I did. And it was just Hank adopting Becky and being a single father of 2 children. And he is handling it perfectly well. Bro is in his lane, moisturized, living his best life. And I am so proud of him. Another page where I just glued down something and figured out what to draw on top of it later. This was like a massive pack of Kit Kats my grandma got us. She's a G. Thank you, Grandma. We finished everything. I took the wrapping. I just glued it onto the sketchbook. And I just wanted to draw Gary because like Gary's colors are very much like red and blue. I love it because of that. And I was like, okay, I just gotta add blue in here. And then I found a bunch of like old sticky notes that I had. So I put them all here. I can't find the origin of these 2 images. Like, I know what the images are. I'm gonna put them on screen, but I could not for the life of me track them down to where they originally came from. I'm pissed. These 2 I know are pictures of Mads Mikkelsen, because I will always continue my journey of if my characters were played in a live action movie, Mads Mikkelsen would absolutely play Gary. That's my agenda. I hope I managed to convince you with it. This was around Christmas as well, a lot of like Christmas wrapping paper and Christmas stickers and everything. I'm gonna like censor this because like my name and my grandma's name are here. I glued a whole ass lollipop onto my sketchbook. I kind of regretted it later because it made drawing really difficult, but I was already at the end of the sketchbook, so I mean, I'm not gonna have to deal with it for a long time, so I might as well. And the Steve, I'm squishing him. This was a mixture of alcohol markers and acrylic markers, both from arrtx, and it was lots of fun. It was so much fun painting this. I had a blast. Kind of more trash pages. These were like a lot of Ferrero Rocher wrappings that I had. I hate throwing them away because they're golden and sparkling. I want to glue them down on my sketchbook, so I did. I put it down here. This was from an old calendar that I had. I glued it down here because, you know, happy holidays December. It was the season. This was another little felt thing that I made when I was really young. I never glued it down anywhere for like years because I think it just looked so unique to me at the time. I really liked him. Now he's here in the sketchbook. And then I drew Gary and Noelle and Tenna and Telly because go spend your holiday with your kids. You know, Gary, your kids. It was really cute. I suddenly remembered that I really liked drawing Noelle with Gary because like I remember when everyone was drawing Spamton with Noelle because like, oh, it's your weird uncle from the internet. I meant that in a good way. And like Gary is kind of like adjacent to that because he's kind of Spamton. So after finishing that, I drew them again. I'm gonna need to start lifting the sketchbook up. I think they're really silly. I have no idea what their vibe is. I think Gary would still like her, but be very much on the fence about it because he's like, I know you're plot relevant. You could kill me if you wanted, but also internet niece. He likes her, but he keeps her at like arm's way so she doesn't get hurt or he doesn't get hurt. So none of them get hurt. Just a bunch of like old wrapping paper that I had. I had this one with reindeers, which was perfect for this. And I just glued everything down and I drew on top of it. I said I wanted to draw more Becky as little anime screen caps, so I did exactly that. I went looking for a bunch of Sailor Moon screen caps, and I just drew her and Telly like them. They're so silly, bro! I'm obsessed. It's so silly. They're so stupid, and I love them for being stupid. And then there's just a tank here because, you know, he can have a little Sailor Moon face as well. Okay, we're almost at the end of the sketchbook. This was a lot of other collaging stuff that I needed to like get rid of because my room was getting a little full and I don't like that. So these were all little doodles from an AU we were also working on, where Tank was still like a weird monster that could trap people by making them look at his screen. And he found Gary and he tried to trap Gary. Gary kicked him in the face and now his screen is all fucked, so he can't trap anyone else, so he's become like weirdly attached to Gary, and it's just the AU like that. It's toxic monster yaoi. I mean, what else could you possibly want? Freaky! What is wrong with you people? Get a room! And with that, we end the sketchbook. I just drew my little Sona here. It was lots of fun. Why did my computer turn on, bro? I didn't move the mouse. Get lost. I just drew my little Sona here saying, okay, that's enough for now. Bye. And we have sketchbook stats. I'm gonna start doing this in all my sketchbooks because it's a fun way to follow what I've been doing lately. So we started the sketchbook on the 30th of August, 2015, and we finished it on the 29th of December, 2015. Almost exactly 4 months. Which I think is pretty good. My favorite OC was Little Telly, though it was a close tie with Gary, not gonna lie. My favorite friend OC was Tank from Numa Numbra, and my favorite fandom, I am still stuck in Deltarune. Please get me out of here. And we have some notes. Started mid, slowed down hard, picked up insanely well, Lamau. Wanna try more materials, oil pastels, paints, etc. Also working on this for the new sketchbook. I don't know what to write here, Lamau. Kept my friends for now. And yeah, that is like pretty much it. Just gonna, whenever sketchbooks don't have little pockets, I just grab a little plastic bag for my gummies, I clean it, and then I glue it with like duct tape, and it does the job, honestly. And now we have the back. Let me just close this because I think it's gonna be easier to do then. Okay, for the back we have all of this. So I had to like duct tape the entire back of this sketchbook because everything was peeling off, and it really sucked. But here's the credits for all the stickers, and yeah, I think that is pretty much it. Look at that, another sketchbook finished. I finished it like a week or two ago, but another sketchbook finished, bro. This one was really good, not because every page is perfect, which they are not, we have established that, but because I think it gave me a lot of freedom to try out new things, like making a whole ass plushie, getting into games, playing games. Up until now, my main hobby venting way was to draw, and I didn't have anything else. I'm gonna be upfront about that. And lately I've just been trying out a lot more new things, and I've been enjoying it a lot. Even if it takes away time that I could be having for my sketchbook, I can, you know, channel my creativity in many different ways now, and I think that's really healthy for me. But yeah, sketchbook tour is done. I hope you guys liked it. I'm gonna, as per usual, give you a little sneak peek of how the new sketchbook is going so far. I decorated the cover on a video as well. I added elastic to the sketchbook. It did not have it. I did this by hand. I need to make a video about how I made this because I think it would be like really good. Bro, I'm getting so many video ideas. I need to write this shit down. Little monster Lendonoris tag and a little Batsmaru keychain. Little intro page, kind of goals and new sketchbook stuff. And I'm just gonna flip through really quickly so you can just have a look at what I made for now. And I'm not gonna explain anything, I'm just gonna let it pass because this is supposed to be a sneak peek, because eventually when I finish the sketchbook, you will get to see it on its own. And yeah, that is pretty much it. I am so excited about this sketchbook. Most of the issues that I had with it, I fixed them myself, which is mental. But hopefully one day this sketchbook will be as thick as this one, and we will have another lovely sketchbook tour. Until then, thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, blah blah blah, YouTubers. If you would like to see more of my art, both past and new, you can follow me on these social medias. But if you're wondering if I am in something that's like not listed here, my card is listed on just the description of this video, and you can go, you know, snoop around all my other social medias. These are just like the ones that I'm most active on, but there's more stuff you can go check out elsewhere. If any of my characters or AUs interested you and you would like to see more of them, I have my own website. It's where I keep like little menu pages of all the projects that I'm working on, that being Deltarune, Bendy and the Ink Machine, Sonic, Epic Mickey. Listen, there's a lot of stuff already there, and I can assure you there's gonna be a lot more stuff coming. So if you like my characters and want to see more of them, my stories, whatever, that's the perfect place to go check it out. And if you would like to get sneak peeks, looks into videos that I'm making, anything like that, we have a Discord server. We are so close to reaching 100 people. I'm so excited, oh my god! We do streams twice a week there, from Thursdays to Saturdays. So hey, by the time this video releases, probably I've already been streaming for a while. You can hop in, you can go see us, check it out, anything you want. And I think that is pretty much it. More videos coming, a lot of ideas. I just wanted to get like making a sketchbook and touring a sketchbook out of the way, because those are like the videos that require the most work, I think. So, you know, you guys wanted it, you guys got it. Maggie delivers. But yeah, pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!